Well, happy freezing cold December 26th here in Virginia. It's about 30 degrees. I finally washed the car today. It's been the warmest day in a few days, so I finally got out and pretended it was nice. Froze my little fingers off, but it looks pretty damn good. So I've had the car for almost 2 weeks. Now here are 5 things I've observed so far. Not necessarily bad, just interesting. All right, it is freaking cold in this garage. I don't have a heater out here right now, so I'll make this kind of quick. So here's number one. Now, very similar to my C7, the direct injection tick is pretty loud. And the C7, I could only really hear it, the windows down, sometimes at a stop, or if the hood was open. And this car with the LT2 right behind you, with the HVAC off, windows up, in sport mode, I hear it pretty pronounced. It's not loud. I'm kind of hyper aware to certain noises and feels. The normal person probably wouldn't notice it. It doesn't drive me insane, and I kind of expected it. I've read some things online about it, but it was louder than I thought it would be. Turn the radio up a little bit, crack the window, put it in track mode or touring mode. It goes away, but it's definitely there, and it's not something to be concerned about. So if you're new to the C8 ownership, the LT from the C7 through now the C8, they have a very loud direct injection tick. It's just what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I do imagine later on if I got a louder exhaust, that would pretty much go away. There might be a workaround to fix it. I don't know. It doesn't bother me enough. If you do have the hardtop convertible, it has a lot more sound dampening properties, if you will. There's more stuff on top of it, and you don't really hear it. This is more of a coupe issue, and I call it an issue. It's not really an issue. It's just the nature of how it was designed. It is what it is, and I can live with it. Not a big deal. All right, number two. This is the only thing that is only 1LT related, trim related. I kind of knew this going into it, but it was more of a problem than I thought it would be. That is passenger blind spot. Out of the driver's side, you can use your mirror and look over your left shoulder, not a problem. Through the back in the mirror's fine. A lot of people will complain that you got to have the camera mirror. I can see just fine with the mirror, but there's about a 4-foot blind spot over your right shoulder. You can't see anything. I really think GM should have added blind spot monitoring on all trims just because it's dangerous. I would have had no problem paying a few $100s for that feature. Does it make me wish I had a 2LT? No. And I think there's fixes for it, ways around it, these little mirrors and stuff I can get. It just surprised me that a car came out with such a dangerous blind spot. Holy cow. But again, it is what it is, and it'll be fine. I'll get a workaround for it. But it just kind of surprised me how crazy that passenger blind spot is. You really got to be careful. So just a FYI if you go the 1LT route. The sound system, and I have the lower tier sound system Bose, and it sounds phenomenal. This is the 10-speed. I think the 2LT and the 3LT has the 14 speaker. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it has more of a robust sound system. But this sound system, man, for stock, it sounds really good. I'm not sure if I've heard a sound system this good in a stock car. Say what you want about Bose. They're kind of middle of the road. I used to work at Best Buy in high school. The old saying was no highs, no lows, must be a Bose, but they've come a long way. That was 20-something years ago. But no, the sound quality in just the 1LT sounds phenomenal. It'll make your ears bleed. It's loud. The bass isn't too crazy. I'm not a huge bass fan, but when you need it, it's there. So if you're getting a 1LT and you're worried about the sound system, don't. I have not heard a 2 or 3LT, but I can imagine how much better it sounds than the 1LT. It sounds better than my wife's Cadillac SUV, which is only 5 years old. So I was definitely blown away by that. So good job, GM, on putting an amazing sound system in just the base level trim. That was a nice little surprise. All right, number 4. This is also one I kind of expected, but didn't really realize how crazy it was until I owned it. And that is how much attention you're gonna garnish. Now, this could vary depending on where you live. If you live in Miami or LA or somewhere where high-end cars are very common, probably not a big deal. Here in Virginia, smaller-ish town, Hampton Roads, you don't see too many C8s. If I want a friend, you just take the C8 out. Even pulling it out of the garage just for working in here and stuff, I'll get 5, 6, 7 neighbors. Neighbors I never even knew will come over and talk to me. So that's kind of cool. If you're an introvert, you don't like talking to people, a C8 might not be for you. Just going to 7-Eleven, a convenience store, it turns into a production. The amount of time you want to go in and get out, people just want to talk to you. I have no problem. I love talking cars. If you're buying a C8 just because you think it looks cool, you're not like really a car person, it might kind of bother you. But no, I have no problem talking Corvette. My C7 got some attention, but not quite like the C8. The other night, me and the wife were driving home, and a woman next to us was just trying to get my attention. And she was just like, wow, give me a thumb up. She loved it. The wife wasn't a fan of that. She was a little worried it gets too much attention, but I don't mind. You can kind of feel like a celebrity driving around. It's kind of cool, you know? And it's crazy that people still don't know what it is. The car's been out for almost 3 years now. And the other night we went to, where did we go? Chile, it doesn't matter. We walk in and the family was there and they were like, hey, what kind of car is that? And I was like, it's a Corvette. Like, oh, we absolutely love it. It's so cool. The amount of attention you get was more than I expected. I expected quite a bit. I brought it to work last week and half my day was spent outside in the freezing cold, showing coworkers. They absolutely loved it. So just be ready for that. If you, yeah, you're going to get a lot of attention in the C8, which isn't a bad thing. It's kind of cool. And lastly, I'm still blown away for how much you get for the price point. This thing starts at $65. I got a couple options: the wheels, the performance exhaust, and the red calipers. Outside of that, everything else is base. And for what you get, it still blows my mind. You get the LT2, which in crate form, brand new, is like $15,000. You get mid-engine architecture with an amazing motor. The interior quality, say what you will, some people out there that are got to stick up their butt will say, oh, the interior quality is not that good. It's damn good. It's really good. The fit and finish is nice. The only part that's questionable is where the door meets the dash. There's like a half an inch maybe. I mean, you're really reaching to complain about it, but no. The build quality, the stitching is nice. No complaints, no creaks, no rattles. It sounds good. I understand it's a new car. But no, everything is perfect, driver-centric. For the price, I don't know how they did it. It's got great storage, both the trunks, the front and the trunk. Awesome storage, no real compromises there. It's still a two-seater, you gotta understand that. I mean, the thing looks like a supercar. It's crazy for what you get. I can't believe it. The suspension, the wheels you get, the brakes you get, all phenomenal. All of it feels great. The steering feel, just everything about it, it just blows my mind. I mean, you get a real target top with no body flex. It's crazy. It's pretty much convertible as long as you don't mind storing it yourself. And all my friends and family that didn't know what I paid for, just out of curiosity, I asked them what they think. I paid for this. Most of them assume well over $100,000. I show them the sticker at 67. That's what I paid. They can't believe it. Like, yeah, my pickup truck costs more than that. I know. It's nuts. So Chevy went all out. I'm still super impressed. And they got to be losing money on these units. So I guess it's a volume kind of thing. But no, outstanding job. Fit, finish, quality. I still can't believe, now that I own one, how much you get, the value. It's crazy for the cost. And the people that want to shit on a C8 because it's an American Corvette, whatever, dude. It's fucking awesome. So, and I totally respect McLaren, Ferrari, awesome cars. But you know, you're spending 4 or 5 times as much. And you're getting a little better, I guess. But wow, I've only had it 2 weeks, I know. But still driving in it, just getting in it, I just can't believe it. I'm in a mid-engine supercar for the cost. It's crazy. So for those of you on the fence about getting one or getting one soon, there's no reason why you shouldn't be excited. It's great. So yeah, those are 5 things I didn't expect. I didn't want to do 5 things I didn't like because that's stupid and there's nothing I really don't like about the car. So this is more appropriate. My next video will be a C5 Corvette video again. I apologize, my C5 viewers. So we'll be doing inner tie rods up front this week sometime. It's the last piece of suspension I have not touched yet on the C5Z, and the entire suspension, brakes, wheels, interior, exhaust is done. So, and then we'll be doing a little more aesthetics on the outside, so no shortage of stuff to come. And then the C5 will be kind of wrapped up where I want it by early spring and late winter, and then we'll be jumping into this guy, and I'll have a full laundry list of stuff we're going to do to this guy behind me, so no shortage of stuff to come as far as Corvettes. All right, I'm freezing, so I'm gonna go back in the house where it's warm. I'll catch you guys later this week, hopefully when it's warmer. And yeah, you guys take care. Mark out.